Alright, so I've been seeing a lot of you guys in my comment section on Twitter, TikTok comments, and even in my Discord, which you guys should join. The link is in the description. Little community Discord. But a lot of you guys have been asking for my dribble moves on NBA 2K25, which I get it. I mean, a lot of people are looking cooked on dribbling right now. And like, honestly, I think I got the dribbling down to a T. I got you guys with small guard dribble moves and tall guard dribble moves. All I can ask from you guys is to literally just hit that subscribe button and drop a like while you're down there. I think the my core is right here, so we could already, you know, get right into the my core, and I could show you guys me dribbling a little bit. At the start, I'm going to show you guys the small guard, obviously, because that's the build that I play on the most, but I also have Sigs for you guys for tall guard. So like low key, like the snatch back, going into a speed boost to the right, size up to the left. I mean, like, you know, I got a lot of good dribble moves for you guys. I mean, look at me. Like, I've been moving recently. Got the, obviously, the explosive behind the back. The shooting is still a little bit assassinated. But without further ado, man, I mean, let's go ahead and get right into the dribble moves. If you guys want a dribble tutorial, let me know down in the comment section. But today is only going to be the dribble moves. Let's get into it. All right, so obviously the first thing we got to start off is the dribble style. The dribble style is going to be very important, whether you want to speed boost, whether you want to get good misdirections, whatever it is that you need. Me personally right now, I'm using Russell Westbrook because that's the fastest that I've seen. When I'm going out of dribble moves, I get the best speed boost out of it. A lot of people have been using Russell Westbrook. It's kind of like a Kyrie Irving last year, but there's a couple other options. The other option is Darius Garland. This is another good one. You move a little faster. You don't get a good misdirection in this one, but if you do it through the legs and you speed boost out of it, it's pretty good. But if you want a good misdirection, you got to use Jalen Green. Jalen Green is going to be the one to go for. You could do a good misdirection, which, you know, I could show you guys right now, actually. Real quick, just because I want to show you guys this one with Jalen Green, you could do this, which I feel like you could get a lot of shots with. You literally just flick your right stick from left to right. I'm not really good at explaining dribble moves, but I mean, I can make a dribble tutorial. You just go right to left or left to right, and you get this good little, you know, misdirection. That's the Jalen Green, which if you guys want that, then you could use that. Now for our signature size up, we do not have Steve Francis. Obviously that's going to be a starter for reward, but we could use Kemba Walker. That's the one that I'm using right now. But if you do want to use Trae Young, it is, you know, okay as well. I think Kemba Walker just has a good little through the legs animation, which I use a lot. And also going side to side, it is pretty well. So Kemba Walker size up, you could definitely go ahead and try this one out. But if you want to use Trae Young, you could be more than happy to use that. For our regular breakdown combo, now I do this a lot, the regular breakdown combo and the aggressive one a lot. I use Darius Garland right now, but Stephen Curry is also a really good one. Basically, all you got to do is flick your right stick left to right, either using turbo or without turbo. That's going to be the difference between the regular breakdown combo and the aggressive one. Darius Garland, you get a lot of space with it. Stephen Curry, as I said before, that one works very well, so you could use either one of these. Now for my aggressive breakdown combo, I do use the Stephen Curry one. I have not tried Garland, but Stephen Curry for me works just well. Like, there's no really problem with it. Get a lot of space with it. Whenever I use it, it is really, really good. Now go ahead and try Stephen Curry aggressive breakdown combo if you need it. Now escape moves, there are so many different options for escape moves. I mean, there's literally John Morant, Kyrie Irving, like there's a lot of different ones. Obviously we don't get Kemba or Trae Young until starter 4, which kind of sucks for small guards, but De'Aaron Fox works just fine. I get a good little through the legs hesitation when I do it. I get a lot of space. There's some good, you know, push crosses in it. De'Aaron Fox is the one that we are going to have to use until we hit starter 4. So as I said before, especially if you've been watching my YouTube streams or my Twitch streams, I've been saying that small guards are looking assassinated dribble moves wise until we hit starter 4 in NBA 2K25. So De'Aaron Fox is the one you got to go with, but all the ones I have purchased are good. Stephen Curry's good, Luka's good, Kyrie's good, and John Morant is good. I know John Morant has a good size up or a good little hesitation that he does. De'Aaron Fox is obviously really good. Stephen Curry has a couple good animations, but to be honest, you guys should be using De'Aaron Fox. For our combo moves, now I don't really use this too much. The combo moves, I don't really know how to activate it. That little, well, let me see what he does here. He does the through the legs and behind the back. Like sometimes I'll do that if I'm like idle dribbling, but to be honest, combo moves I don't really do a lot. If you guys got a good combo move that, you know, I should be doing with this animation or any other animation, just let me know down in the comment section, because again, as I said, I don't really use it too much, but it's still pretty good to have on. Now for my crossover, I do use Chris Paul. I think that this is the most effective one right now, especially if you're trying to get to that rim or you're trying to do a layup, dunk, whatever it is. I think this is the best one for small guards right now, but I haven't really tested it with any other, you know, people. Like I got Damian Lillard purchased, Kyrie and Curry purchased, but I don't really think that these are really good. But Chris Paul It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Kobe cross from last year, but it's just a lot more slowed down. Again, as I said, if you guys have any recommendations for dribble moves, you could put them down in the comment section. But for right now, these Sigs are what I use right now, and they work for me just fine. Chris Paul is going to be the crossover for now. You could try Curry or Lillard if you want to as well. For me, Kyrie Irving doesn't really work that well. Behind the back. Now this is how we're gonna get that explosive behind the back like 2K20. If you guys remembered in 2K20 before the explosive behind the back did get patched, this is basically what we had, Darius Garland, and you could do a double behind the back, which I haven't mastered yet, but apparently it is very, very good. Darius Garland is what you want to go with. Allen Iverson is also okay. Do not go Trae Young. You guys see I do have Trae Young purchased. Do not use Trae Young, but Allen Iverson also does have a good behind the back. It's not as explosive as Garland, but it is definitely still pretty good. Garland is 100% what you want to go. It's obviously nothing like the Jamal Murray behind the back last year, but Garland is pretty good. For our spin, obviously I use basic spin. I'm pretty sure people use basic spin every year. I remember last year we didn't have basic spin, but if you guys know any good spins, just let me know down in the comments, because I use basic spin pretty much every year just so I could do the low spin back, or you know, a double spin. So I mean, you guys can try basic spin unless you got something that actually fits your needs. Now for my hesitation, I do use Chris Paul. I feel like it does get the most amount of space and I could speed boost out of it kind of. I'll just flick my right stick to the right or the left depending on where I'm going, and then I'll just speed boost out of it. Obviously we do not get that much space with it this year, but we do get a pretty decent speed boost. Curry is decent as well, but Curry, you do not get a lot of space going backwards. I feel like with Steph Curry, like you're kind of going outwards, but it's not super out wide, versus Chris Paul where we do go out very, very wide. Now for our step back, we are going to use Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine does give us a pretty, you know, decently sized step back. Obviously we do not have John Wall or Stephen Curry. Those are also starter for animations, but Zach LaVine, it does take over Luka Doncic in my opinion, but Luka is very, very good. I would use Luka. It does give you a lot of space, but it is kind of slow. You cannot shoot off of it instantly. You gotta wait for that animation to play out, but Luka Doncic is also pretty good. I mean, I was using Luka at the start of the year, but then I saw Zach LaVine and I was like, okay, yeah, we gotta switch to that Zach LaVine. It's just way better in my opinion. And then finally for our triple threat style, we are going to be using Stephen Curry. I think it's the best one for dribbling. I mean, obviously triple threat style does not do the most when it comes to dribbling, but it does, you know, make your animations a little bit smoother. For right now, I use Steph Curry. All right, that's gonna be our drill moves for our small guard builds out there. If you guys are a small guard, those are the drill moves for you. I hope they do help you out, but for our tall guards out there, let's go ahead and go into them. All right, so this is my tall guard. I haven't really played on him too much like recently, but just because I've been using, you know, my small guard a lot, my 99.3 build that I made. But like low key, like I'd be moving on my tall guard a little bit. Like obviously it's a little bit harder. I just shot it very late. I got no clue what jump shot is on this build right now. As I said, it's been a couple days since I've been on it. But I mean, you guys can see the drill moves on the tall guard are looking pretty good. I'll show you guys them right now. You know, I want to make sure that it's valid when you guys, you know, look at the drill moves. Is that green? No, it's not. All right, so for dribble styles on the tall guard, we got to go Jalen Green here. As I said earlier on the small guard, if you missed it, Jalen Green does get that misdirection, which I feel like that's the best to go with on tall guards. I mean, like on a tall guard, you're 6'6", 6'7", you use Jalen Green, you do the little misdirection to the corner or the wing, you're going to get a good fade there, and it's going to be very, very good for business. If you don't want to try Jalen Green, you can go with LeBron James like last year, but it's not really that good. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's okay, but compared to Jalen Green, it's the best that we're gonna get right now. For our signature size up, we do want to use Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum I think is gonna be the best because we get a good through the leg size up with this that I like to speed boost out of or do it behind the back. I haven't really, you know, tested out many other signature size ups when it comes to, you know, our dribble moves on a tall guard, but Jason Tatum, I mean, you saw me earlier, I was low-key moving on him, and like it just, you get pretty good animations by it. I'm not gonna lie. If you got any like recommendations for size ups on a 6'6", you can put them down in the comment section as well, because you know I'm down to try a couple out, but for me Jason Tatum does work the best. For our regular breakdown combo, we are going to go with Kobe Bryant. I feel like I get a good amount of space with this. It does the low crossover to the right and then goes backwards through the legs and behind the back. Like it's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie, but if you do not want to use Kobe Bryant, we could use Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, you do get a little bit of space, but you kind of duck your head down when you're dribbling, so I don't really like using it that much. But Kobe Bryant is definitely the way for regular breakdown combo. For our aggressive breakdown combo though, we are 100% going to be using Kevin Durant. The aggressive breakdown combo when it comes to KD is a lot better than the regular one. The regular one, you put your head down too much, you're kind of slow, but the aggressive one is a lot better. I'm not going to lie to you guys. You guys can see it right there. I mean, the low double through the legs, and then you can cancel out of that and do it behind the back or a step back. It's just way too good. You guys got to try it if you haven't already. For our escape moves, now we literally have no options for escape moves when it comes to tall guards, but Jimmy Butler is going to be the way to go here. Jimmy Butler was decent last year on tall guards, but this year it is looking really good for business. You could use Luka Doncic if you do not want to use Jimmy Butler, but I mean, Jimmy Butler, it does give a good amount of space, especially on that little size up he does there, or that low hesitation, whatever you want to call it. Very, very good for business. So yeah, Jimmy Butler for escape moves, Luka if you want to try something else. Now for our combo moves, I do use James Harden. As I said before, for the small guards, I don't use combo moves that much. I feel like they're not really useful to me. I know with James Harden, I do use his little crossover to the paint sometimes, because it does allow me to do that, but I do not trigger these animations that much. James Harden is one that you should try, but I've also experimented with Jason Tatum. He has a good little double behind the back. If you do want to try his, it's really all up to you. You guys just need to get in the my court and lab, you know, whatever you want to try. James Harden is what I use right now though. For our crossover, we got to use LeBron James. I mean, LeBron James has one of the best crossovers for tall guards right now. It gives you so much space, and especially if you have dunk or layup on your build, I mean, it's just going to be OP when you're going to that rim, doing a floater, getting a contact dunk, whatever it is. If there's any reason you don't like LeBron James, you could put on Jimmy Butler, but that's really up to you. I think LeBron is way better, so you should just put that one on, and you only need an 80 ball handle for this. Like, for tall guards, you really do not need a lot of ball handle for these drill moves, I'm gonna be honest. For our behind the back, we are going to be going with Paul George. Paul George, as you saw at the beginning of the, video before I got into these dribble moves, I mean, Paul George does have that explosive behind the back for tall guards. Again, Jimmy Butler is okay, but Paul George, you do kind of get like a very, very big space behind the back. It is very good for business. It's not as good as the Garland behind the back on the small guard. Like, you're not getting the 2K20 explosive behind the back, but you do definitely get a lot of space. More space than Jamal Murray last year, I'm going to be honest to you guys. And again, you only need a 75 ball handle. Like the tall guards, literally you need no ball handle for these drill moves. Spin, obviously we're going to use basic. I told you guys this before. I use basic spin because I like doing the spin back and I like doing double spins. But if you guys have any spin recommendations, drop them down in the comment section. And then hesitation, we do have Jason Tatum hesitation. I haven't found a good one on 6'6s. I think Jason Tatum gives a good amount of space, but I don't really do hezzies when I am on my, 6'6 build, just because I haven't found one that gives a lot of good space. And you could also try Kevin Durant if you want to try a different one, but neither of these give a lot of space. I wouldn't really recommend doing the animation unless you guys find one that is really good for yourself. Now, finally, step back. It's going to be the same as small guards because small guards have no distinctive step backs. You can either use Luka Doncic or Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine does give more space. You can't shoot off of it off rip, and Luka Doncic gives a little less space, but you can shoot it off rip. Like, it's up to you which one you want to use. Right now, I use Zach LaVine on both my builds, but Luka's also very, very trusty. So these are my Sigs for 6'6 guards. I hope you guys can combo up in the micro with them. You guys just got to lab. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's the most important thing. And use all these drill moves, maybe add some of your own, and really get out there and hoop. All right, so yeah, as I said, those are the best dribble moves for small guards and tall guards on NBA 2K25. You guys know I got you. All I can ask from you guys is honestly 3 things. For one, join the Discord in the link. It is the Discord of my community. Viewer games, giveaways, everything you guys can think of. Chat with me, help with video ideas, anything like that. You guys got to join the Discord. Obviously, hit that subscribe button and drop a like while you're down there. Honestly, all I want you guys to comment down below today is either some Sigs that you think are really good or how you guys are feeling about NBA 2K25, because honestly, each day I play this game, it is getting better and better. Like, I gotta be 100 with you guys, but I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and I hope it did help you well. Hope you guys had a great day today and a great rest of your day. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. Peace.